nothing new to an MSP. Like one of the typical insurances that you would want to get is called Tech E&O, or technology error and omission. And this applies to basically anybody doing IT or software as a service. It covers you for a lot of that like third-party liability risk. Often MSPs will also get like a cyber insurance policy on top of that, or kind of combined with general liability too. So that's again very specifically for MSPs. DataStream helps also. We have a digital application for Tech E&O and combined cyber as well. But that application is extremely thorough because there is, in general, like a higher risk associated with MSPs because they by nature are connected to so many different companies. And if there is a potential, correlated event, that ends up being like a point of entry essentially. So underwriters do have a bit more scrutiny. They ask a bit deeper questions. That application process is a bit different than small to medium businesses, and we typically describe those as like, earning less than 250 million a year in revenue. Those are entering into a space typically which we would call standalone cyber insurance. So this is buying a typical cyber insurance product that has really good coverage. And when I talk about really good coverage, I mean at least $1 million limit, and for key coverage areas, meeting that full limit. So for instance, business interruption, we think good policies would have basically the full limit met by business interruption. And the most popular form of cyber attack that leads to losses is like social engineering or business email compromise. We also want to make sure you typically can't get a full limit for that sub limit area, but we like to have certain values that we see in a good policy. So standalone cyber, these are again, they become more commoditized. So we can, via our online portal, basically in minutes, with a single application, give like 30 plus carriers quotes to an SMB. That's new, and again, it really doesn't exist yet for the MSP space at that scope. But these are for standalone policies. There's also something called riders, and these are what we think are a little bit lesser quality cyber insurance products. So you might already be getting insurance, and for a couple extra $100, you get some kind of minimal coverage cooked on top. This can sometimes trick people a little bit, but yeah, those are a couple of the main flavors. And we already talked about warranties a little bit, but those again typically cover a bit less, but they are cheaper and they're tied to very specific technologies.